What's going on, fam? It's your boy Sydney and
Tori.
And welcome back to the Naked Gardeners.
Today we have a really big project on our hands. We have two groups of the American breast. One is really, really big. We have to double up their fences. And we're going to kind of show you how we merge our junior group that we have into the larger groups. We use kind of like a separate but together method, right? Because we don't just automatically like put them all together in the same area. We put the hutch in there. We let it sit for what, about 3 days?
With a large crew merging with another flock, existing flock, it won't be as problematic as if you're trying to do like 3 to 5 birds with another existing birds. Then they have their own pecking order. They got to do the whole pecking order, making sure the younger flock understands, hey, you got to follow us, you get second crumbs and all that other stuff. So the large flock isn't going to be too bad, I don't think. We've done this plenty of times, especially with our egg layers, and they just happen to be just fine, except for around eating time. So we're going to take down the fence, put up the new fence, and merge, take out the coop that's in the egg layers and take that out. So we should have plenty of coops to be starting for the spring season, especially when we're going to ramp up into the meat bird.
And so part of today is us also separating the meat birds all by themselves. All the ones that we went through and divided recently have bands on their legs, although I found one of the bands, so we have to, after everybody's separated, I have to look at all the hens left in the meat group because one of them doesn't belong there, so I'm gonna have to find her.
So we got the American breast and the green fire all situated. Now we got to separate the American breast extension and the green fire extension into their rightful coop. Like I said, we're going to try to keep them in there for about 3 to 5 days just to get the existing crew acclimated and familiar with the new crew. What we're going to do to try to simplify and grab these, we're going to feed them, and then that way we'd be able to easily to identify which one's which.
And then we're going to keep the meat birds that are actually going to be going onto that fermented feed. We have to look at the schedule. I think it's going to be in 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll actually start the fermented schedule for them, but we're going to keep them here for the rest of the week, and then we'll be moving this group back one.
Yeah.
They going crazy for it, huh?
They jumped in it. Seriously. All right, come on, give me some space.
What's that?
Let's see.
Well, that was a lot of work, and we have 2 green fire roosters, one more than we actually need for our expansion. And we were just talking about it. I was thinking that we should go ahead and examine them and just keep the most attractive one and put the other one over, and you were thinking?
Well, since we plan on expanding out this flock as big as our original flock, it'd be good to have that 3rd rooster in there, because typically you want to have 1 rooster per 8 to 10 hens. So when we eventually get it out there, and plus with the green fires, we noticed before earlier this year that their fertility rate wasn't as high as our original flock. So with an extra rooster, that could increase that rating up just a little bit. So we'll see.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm concerned about is I'm looking at them every day in there, I'm not satisfied with the green fire rooster that we have. And in my experience, like, these 2 have already been raised together, they're already really good together. Ultimately, I would be fine replacing that rooster with these 2 roosters, if that even needs to happen.
Well, if it comes to that point, then we'll just put that rooster with either with the egg layers or just...
Yeah.
I've noticed on this pasture, from us rotating all the flock, this pasture has greened up very well, even though we had a lot of drought, and we've been recently getting some rain, but a lot of that has been because of the rotational grazing with this Gallagher fencing and the Gallagher solarizer. Now with the static coop, we wouldn't be able to do that. We will have to manage our pasture a different way. It is a lot of work. However, the long run of it is going to be a lot beneficial for our animals by doing it this way.
Yeah, I'm noticing that the pasture this year compared to last year, it is way greener. It looks a lot nicer.
And less weeds. It's a lot of work. However, pasture poultry is beneficial in the long run.
So today is the day that I'm going to be actually opening these doors. I'm going to distract this other group with their feed first before I open that door. Got some feed in there. Watch out, babies. Hey, watch out. We're supposed to get some bad storms today. I was contemplating holding off and waiting. I know these guys are hungry. So I'll put some in their trough in a minute. Get you. We'll put some over here. They're gonna have a few scuffs. I expect that the storm today is going to distract them quite a bit. I really was on the fence of whether to go ahead and open. Today was the planned day. Around noon, we're supposed to have some bad storms move in, and I'm halfway thinking that it might be a good distraction for them. So I guess they'll have this morning a little tempered interaction. Now I gotta merge the green fires. Alright guys, gotta distract them too. Just gonna initially put more of the watery, I like to put more of the watery feed in here. They do drink at it. And let's see if I can balance this. Put some in here. That group doesn't have an automated door, so I'm going to need to manually open that. Watch out, baby. Watch out. Watch out. With the wind coming through, I staked down all of the hutches and just kind of try to secure this so it doesn't slam shut and slam them out. Hey, watch out, buddy. Put some feed in here too. They're just being nosy. They don't even live in that one. It's been exactly 1 week since we released all of the birds. Our original American breast group that we've upbred is taking a little bit longer. Sydney was thinking that they actually would be easier because it's a larger group. I'm finding them to be a little bit more challenging. They're still having a few little fits with some of the hens. There doesn't seem to be any issue with the extra rooster that we put in there yet, so I hope that doesn't arrive, but he's kind of docile, so I'm not anticipating that being an issue. The green fire group is doing amazing. They have all bonded, they all go in together, no issues. It's just still I have a few little stragglers in the evening, but they're all going in right before the door closes, so that's really nice. And then our meat bird group that we have separated out, we're actually going to start a corn feed here soon for that group, and we have a class that we're going to be teaching with this particular breed because it's much different than the Cornish cross. So we do have a workshop that we have scheduled. We have a few people that are going to be coming to that, so that's something that we're looking forward to. If you want to see how we go through and select what we're keeping for our breeding program, I'll put that video off to the side and in the show notes below. And until the next time, thanks for joining us.